This the new Let's Get It Sports Talk, broadcasting live on weekends, exclusively on Facebook and the Four Walls Foundation YouTube channel.
All right. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the new Let's Get It Sports Talk. I'm Bryce, and I got my man, Coach Bullock, right there. What's up, Coach? How you doing?
All is good, man. Everything is going well.
All right, glad to hear. But we're also joined by another guest, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coach Bird, how you doing, brother?
I'm blessed. Happy to be here with you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's always a good time.
Absolutely. All right. So listen, let's get right into it, man. Listen, is Dallas in trouble? That's how we're going to start it. And matter of fact, before we even start, let me just let y'all know. Listen, let's get it. The new Let's Get It Sports Talk. Y'all can see us most weekends. I'll say on Facebook Live. We're also on YouTube. We're on Twitter as well too. But let's get into it though, real quick. So, is Dallas in trouble? That's first. Is Dallas in trouble?
Go ahead, Burr, you got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no, not yet. Okay. I am very anxious to see what Boston does in game 2, because the last 2 series, I believe, they lost at home in game 2, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? And I believe the last couple series, Dallas lost game 1, but then they came back to win game 2. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to seeing what my man Jason Kidd does to adjust. And I want to see what Boston does. That's what I'm gonna be looking at tonight. How Boston's going to be. Are they going to come out and try to take control of this, or is it going to be another oops? Let's try in game 3.
Right. That's a good point. How about you, Bullock?
Yeah, I agree, man. And Boston kind of did what their MO, man. They come out, they're the better team on paper, and they kind of dominated on paper. And in the first quarter, and then from there it was kind of like a push. And I think that they're a team that is known for letting their foot off the gas, which is what I feel like they did the rest of the game. And then I think in game 2, like I expect Dallas to win tonight. I think when you have those guys, they're and with that combination with the Celtics lack of killer mentality, I think Dallas is gonna come tonight.
No, I absolutely agree. I thought that, and correct me I first of all, I thought for some of the Mavericks, the moment might have been a little too big. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
just for, that's their first taste of being in that type of environment. If you've never played a playoff game or nothing like that to that level, and then you're in the Boston Garden with them fans, you know what I'm saying?
True.
So I don't know. I went to Boston Garden as a Sixers fan, and let me tell you, it is not the most pleasant thing. You know what I'm saying? Those fans are, just downright disrespectful. That's what it comes down to. They're disrespectful. Okay, almost as disrespectful as the Philly fans. You know what I'm saying? But secondly, I'm not really worried. I think Jason Kidd has. And let me ask you: does Jason Kidd have these Mavericks kind of playing like those 02 and 03 New Jersey Net teams?
That's what they remind me of.
Yeah, that's a good point.
In the 2024 version, right?
Right.
Like they don't have the Kenyon Martin type,
Right.
or I guess you could say he's like a Derek Lively or Gafford, but
exactly.
Then you have like the guys who are supposed to be the stars, and then you have the role players that get it done.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. Like they got you got to have those role players, and I know I always bring everything back to the Sixers. That's what the Sixers are missing. They're missing the guys that can't get it, the role players to get it done. Yeah. Like a PJ Washington who like Charlotte was like and now he's huge in
big time
in the playoff. Like, you know what I mean? So like I think Jason Kidd's done a great job. I think he's done a great job of empowering his 2 stars, but at the same time, we need everybody.
Mm-hmm. Right. True indeed. So I actually agree. And what's your take on that, Bird?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I like Jason Kidd. You know what I'm saying? I like what he's doing there. Let me ask y'all a quick question because I was talking to my friends about this the other day. A little debate. Is Jason Kidd getting enough credit for what he's done and what he's doing, or is it more so because like the to me the narrative out there is Kyrie Irving has matured, he's grown up. That's why the success is happening. He's learned to play with Luka. Jason Kidd ain't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like some of my guys think it's all Kyrie maturing and making it work. But I'm thinking, okay, that's part of it, but you can't discredit Jason Kidd and what he's doing as well. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I actually think that it's that level of I think one thing about Jason Kidd is that he was a player in the league and he was a superstar. I think he might even be a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken or whatever. If he's not, then he's going to be soon, I think. You know what I'm saying? Or he deserves to be. I'll just say that. So I think that relationship, plus that's who Kyrie grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? See, unfortunately, and it's not a shot, it's just being honest. Unfortunately, because New Jersey is such a divided state, everybody from New Jersey didn't necessarily watch the Nets and really, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really care to watch Jay Kidd and Richard Jefferson them. But he said, no, I'm sticking to my hometown team. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch them play. I'm gonna watch them do that. So he grew up watching Jay Kidd locked into, whether it was RJ, whether it was Kenyon Martin or kicking the three out to Lucius Harris. I know more about the team. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They're getting busy. So I think that relationship, I actually think Jason Kidd's a mastermind, and I think that he's going to out-coach Mazzulla. It's just a matter of time. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. That's what's up. He always going back, coach. He always going back to this Philly, right? Like the Sixers. You live in New Jersey. Every chance he gets.
Whenever something comes up with North Jersey, we gotta talk about it. But I agree. It's interesting because I agree with the fact that Jason Kidd is going to outcoach Mazzulla. I 100%. And you also the Mavs have the best player in the series, right? So they might even have the top two of the top three, right? So on any given night. So that's gonna make it. This series is closer than people think. Especially once it gets down to the role players.
Definitely.
So I think and when you have a coach I agree. I think Jason Kidd's a better coach than Mazzulla. It's gonna make it interesting, and I think we're really gonna figure out who Jason Tatum is this series.
Yeah, definitely. And did you hear? They reported it on Sports Center this morning. Jason Kidd said to the press or media, or whatever, he was like, Jaylen Brown is the best player on that team. Just like the mind games, because now you got them thinking about that because Jaylen Brown responded. You know what I'm saying? Tatum responded. So I'm like, all right, kid, see what you did there.
I think, like I said, I'm this is not the shot, I promise you. But I was a fan of those 02-03 Nets. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan of those Nets because remember the Nets before Jason Kidd came, the Nets was garbage. And then they got Jason Kidd and they went to the finals. And what you would see in those playoff runs, you see a team that would get down. They get down early maybe, or they'll get down in the game, but they always had the resolve to come back. And that's what it kind of reminds me of. So it's just a matter of time. He knows how to push those buttons. And I think I think that Dallas will win tonight, to be honest with you. But I definitely agree with what you're saying, Coach Bullock, when you're talking about it comes down to the role players, because I'll be honest with you. Boston role players are playing their behinds off. I can't even front. I mean, even when he didn't have no hairline and he got the ball, he's still I never knew him to even be that type of shooter like that, but he's like lethal behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the other shooter? The role player is it was Hauser, something like that? On Boston? Is his name Hauser? Yeah. He's knocking down some shots. I'm like, where he come from?
you know, and so I think that if Dallas can limit those role players, you know what I'm saying, like White and the other, you know, the I think number 11 or whatever his name is or whatever.
Pritchard, I think.
And yeah, and then also with Drew. I think Drew is the X factor because he plays great defense. You know what I'm saying? So Kyrie did look a little frazzled a little bit, and he did a good job like playing it off because he looked like he was frazzled, and then he looked at the guys and go like this or whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right. Maybe he's talking to himself while he's talking to them too. I don't know. But they got to get busy. That's it. Once they start finding their flow, oh my goodness. I just think their combination works better than the Brown and Tatum.
I got you. I think so. To more flow. It seems like it's more flow to it.
Yes.
More cohesiveness, if I can use that word correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's going. I mean, I said it from the rip. I said either way. I think it's going 6, at least 6, if not 7.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Who goes off tonight? Kyrie or Luka or both?
I'm gonna say both. I think Kyrie definitely has a better game. He's gonna match what Luka's output was, I think, tonight.
Right. Okay. What about you, Coach Bullock?
I think it's an even game. I mean, I think Luka and Kyrie actually carry him, but I think it's other guys that step up and play well.
Okay. All right. I think both of them too. I also think that's the PJ Washingtons and you know, those other Dallas role players. Like they like I said, they seem a little too big.
Right.
The moment seemed a little too big for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's like when you go in the pool, man, you get your feet wet a little bit, and now you're ready to start swimming. You know what I'm saying? So I expect them to start swimming tonight. But back to your question real quick, and then we'll close out and go on to because I definitely want to talk about this WNBA type of stuff. But real quick, is it more about Jason Kidd's coaching or Kyrie's maturity? Kyrie has definitely matured. How do we know that? Because he ain't saying nothing crazy in the media.
Right.
Somebody to talk to him and tell him, listen, you got to chill. Like, you might have your thoughts, because look, we all have our thoughts.
True.
But you just can't say it. You know what I mean? Like you're not the. And unfortunately, and this is what it comes down to. Unfortunately, some cultures could get away with it, but your culture can't. So you just got to know how to play the game with the rules that you've been given. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a combination of the two, but I got to give Kyrie his props because last year before, he was vilified.
Yeah.
So now, you know what I'm saying, for him to have a bounce back story, like who doesn't like that? So I think it's a combination. You know what I mean? So anyway, any closing thoughts though? Go ahead, Bullet.
Like on that, I agree. You know, Kyrie's definitely matured and all that, but I think Jason Kidd has to get more credit because here's why I say that. Like, I don't know if Kyrie maturing has made them a championship team, right? I think it's helped Kyrie's image. I think it's helped them become like fan favorites. I think all that, but I think as a basketball team, Kyrie could hoop when he was saying crazy stuff. Kyrie was hooping when he was quiet.
That is true.
All the time. I think as a team, for them to figure it out like this, and to be fair, like what this is probably their first full season together. So I think I think Jason Kidd has to get a lot of the credit of just putting all the pieces in. Then, mind you, they traded for PJ Washington and Gafford. They didn't have them all season either.
Right.
So for him to be able to enter guys into it and make it work, and now you're, you know, in the NBA Finals as what, a 5 seed, 4 seed, something like that. Like that's gotta go. That's
true.
A lot of
that's a great point. That's a great point. That's actually a great point. So I think you know what that's a great point because it ain't just Kyrie's doing why Dallas is there. So you're right. Jason Kidd has to, and he has 2 superstars, right, with big egos.
True.
So to bring them together, you know, he's almost doing like a Tyronn Lue type job, of course. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of sort of similar, right?
Yeah.
You know, so sure. I could tell you this though. I see him, you know, and you guys are head coaches and stuff. So you know what I mean? So I know you guys know, but I don't really see the mistakes that kids making like Nick Nurse was making. I thought Nick Nurse was making some mistakes with the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? So, whether that be on how he's utilizing his role players or giving people opportunity like Buddy Hield to work through his, rustiness or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? I don't see that with Kid. I think Kid is like a player's type of coach. They understand him. And, I think that's what's ultimately going to be able to get this victory tonight. I think he's going to outcoach Joe Mazzulla. I think Joe Mazzulla is he's the result of just a really good team. Right. Like he's like he's just right now he's like a game manager. You know what I'm saying? He's got a really good team.
It's called a timeout every once in a while.
right. You know what I mean? And look angry, look like you know what I mean. You
holler at the ref here and there.
Yeah, but nobody's like, ooh, look, X and O's by Joe Mazzulla. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nobody's doing that. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But anyway, all right. So I got Dallas. Coach Bullock, you got Dallas too?
Dallas.
All right, Coach Burr, you got Dallas.
Talking about for the night?
Yeah, for the night.
For the night. Yeah. I think Dallas. I think that same pattern is going to happen. I think Dallas is going to get this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on. All right. So the WNBA, having a conversation. We barbecuing. It's barbecue season. It's my birthday season. Just turned 48.
That's right. Birthday once again.
That. Appreciate you. My son graduated too, so it's like, yo, we talking, right?
Right.
So the conversation was about Caitlin Clark, and is it fair that she is, kind of representing the league, so to speak, and while how come other players wasn't getting that recognition or whatever the case may be or whatever, right? So in my defense, in my argument, I just was like, yo, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, it's not like she's a scrub. Like, she gets busy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, so I'm not trying to say anything about the other females that was balling. But she's not garbage though, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's like the female Steph Curry. Now, if there were other female Steph Currys out there, I don't know what we know about them, but we know about Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I mean, they talking about, oh, well, she's going to cry about this and maybe she's not tough enough and whatever the case may be. And I don't understand where all the animosity is, but I mean, maybe that's me. I didn't understand where Cat Williams' animosity was either. So my mind is a little different. I don't understand why people be angry like that. Man. So, yo, listen, what's your thoughts on this whole Caitlin Clark thing and whatever like that? I'm gonna go to you first, Bird.
First of all, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I love it. I love that whole class that came in, because I tell you what, I ain't even going front, and I'm a sports guy. I love all sports, but I mean, I might tune into a WNBA playoff game, or if the Aces is playing, like something like that, I might watch a quarter or check in on it. But I found myself this year actually watching some games, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tuned in on the big 103-inch. We got Caitlin Clark there, you know what I'm saying? Right. Because I want to see her do her Steph Curry thing. I want to see her get buckets. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they should be happy the attention that these girls
that's garnering
going on now. Now it's like I tell like my players all the time. The other kid that you're about to play is getting all this hype. There's going to be a lot of people here to see him. You step your game up now, you might get some hype. And people be like, well, who was that kid on West Tech? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Y'all, WNBA, y'all getting this new hype with these girls in here, the old guard that was already there. Keep balling, step it up. So now you're household names as well as the young kids. You know what I'm saying? So, I love it. It got me watching.
Me too. How about you? What's your thoughts, Coach Bullock?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's been transformational for the WNBA already. Like, and I think it's interesting because it's like it's one of those things where a lot of these players are hating on her because of the attention she's getting, but at the same time, everything is, and I'm not saying it's just because of her, but everything in the WNBA is improving because of, I think, the wave that she brought.
Right.
Now we talk a lot about, we get into racial stuff on the show a lot, and I think this is a it's almost it's like it's a reverse situation, right? So if she was an African American woman doing the same things that she was doing, right, would she get the same publicity? And the answer is no.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
But and I think African Americans, even African American women, and maybe this is crazy to me, you almost have to take that as a compliment. And here's why I say that. Because, the world sees that and says, oh, we expect you to be able to do that.
Okay.
Right. So now when you have a Caucasian woman coming in and doing it, it's like, oh wow, I didn't even know someone could do that. It's like it's like when a white guy wins the NBA slam dunk contest, right? Doing some dunks that we're like, wait, that's not good.
Right.
Like, but it's good for you. Right. So like, and I'm not saying it's fair, but like, when is anything fair?
Yeah.
So
true.
like, I think she's great for the game. I think she's I think her mentality towards it has been great. She's just accepting. She's taking it. The girl gave her the cheap foul. She said that's not basketball, but it is what it is. Let's go.
Right.
And she's starting to figure the league out.
Right.
She's on the second worst team in the league.
Right.
The girl Aaliyah Boston is supposed to be like her co-star. I don't know if you guys watched. She ain't that.
She ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right? She ain't helping.
So Caitlin's really out there by herself.
Yes.
Right.
And she's like figuring it out.
Right.
So like what, like it's, and like you said at the beginning, she's not garbage. Like she's coming out here and hooping.
Right.
And like, go ahead, put her on a good team, and it'll be totally
different.
Absolutely.
Her up now. She's the only one you got to worry about. What? There's never been a player that we've seen that has garnered this attention, not from the media, forget that, from the other teams. Like nobody's been picked up full court. Nobody's been denied completely. We haven't from anybody. So forget media, forget all that. You guys respect her as a basketball player. So what are we hating on her for?
Right.
Right. Like you said, the trend, you know what I mean? She's taking this league to, come on, they got charter flights now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They the arenas tickets, they're selling out all over the place. Got a bunch more games on national TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's all because, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's because of her.
Right. Now let me and mind you, it's her presence even when she wasn't in the league though. So even when it was the anticipation for her coming, like last season, WNBA was still going up because you had people like Ionescu. I had so many kids, you know what I'm saying? They was rocking Ionescu's this year playing ball, you know what I'm saying? So women's basketball is evolving, is coming up. And like you said, I had Liberty tickets when they first started up in 1997. Okay. When they were playing at the Garden.
Okay.
I was about to go, and I was like, I didn't care. I didn't go. I didn't care to go. Because I was like, you know. And maybe that's part of my immaturity too, because at the time I was 21 or 22 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to watch female basketball. I want to watch men basketball. You know what I'm saying? But I've evolved, and the game has evolved. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, shouldn't it, if I do great work, right? I'm a counselor, right? I do great work, and I try to not help families, but also pave the way for the people behind me, right? Through my efforts. Now, once I pave the way and they get in shine, I don't sit on the sideline and be like, no, it should have been me though. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wasn't me? But I don't do that. Like, I feel like all the other stars from yesteryear, when it comes to the WNBA, wouldn't you be happy that you helped this game evolve? Wouldn't that be what it is?
Yeah, you would think it should be.
Would think that, but like here, like you said you paved the way, right? So when you pave the way for someone, who's coming up the path? the people behind you, right?
No doubt.
They're not the problem. It's the people in front of you that are the problem.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The people that are coming behind Caitlin Clark, they're probably at home going nuts, cheering, crazy, happy stuff. It's the people in front that have the problem. And even like who's the best player in the WNBA?
I like Ionescu, but I don't know if it may not be her.
Is it Wilson? A'ja Wilson?
A'ja Wilson.
A'ja Wilson, right? That's the consensus. So A'ja Wilson, right? And A'ja Wilson hasn't said anything negative about Caitlin Clark, so I'm not saying she has. Caitlin Clark got her own Nike shoe, right? Everybody went crazy. How come A'ja Wilson doesn't have one? How come the blah, 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 blah? So guess what's happening? A'ja Wilson now has a Nike shoe.
There you go.
Right.
Like, that's because of Caitlin Clark.
Right.
Not because of you.
Right.
Because of what you were doing, nobody was feeling it.
Right.
So, like, and I'm not saying everybody should be like kissing up to her or nothing like that. And when you're in between, you should be trying to kill her.
Right.
But the hate outside of basketball, I think, is ridiculous.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. I really don't understand it. I would think that, again, I would think that people, that have played and, have, been a pillar to this game, this particular league that started in 97, I would think that you would be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. You could say whatever you want about Caitlin Clark. Yo, these female athletes that's playing ball, they want to go see her. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. The bottom line. We had a trip last year. They went to go see her in a college game. I forget who she was playing. They went up there to go see her. You know what I'm saying? I just saw something recently on Facebook with another team that's either AAU or a middle school team, travel team, I can't remember. But they were walking into the Barclays because who was playing? Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not trying to defend her. I'm just saying that if we're talking about like the bigger issue is we already know that, I'll just say politics as usual. It's always going to be in the play anywhere you go. But at the end of the day, is the game evolving and are you leaving it better than it was? And that's what I think really matters to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's, it's like, true indeed. Listen, female sports need to get more attention. It's the bottom line. That's female greatness in general needs to get more attention. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? We don't get there overnight, so we have to keep, plugging away. But Caitlin Clark is not your problem. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not a scrub. She can ball. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. And the foul was dirty. The foul was dirty. Like, if I was the coach, I'd have said, yo, come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just like straight up, like, what are you doing? Like, it's dumb. It's just a dumb foul. You know what I'm saying? So they try to paint the picture like, I guess she's like the Draymond Green of the WNBA or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's a dumb foul. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, final thoughts on this whole thing with Caitlin Clark, WNBA. I mean, any final thoughts or any suggestions?
Nah, I mean, I just I'm gonna keep watching. Like I said, I've tuned in. You know what I'm saying? And I hope the league just keeps going up. You know what I mean? And you know what I heard? They had one of the WNBA. I can't think of her name. She was on SportsCenter the other day, and her and was it Stewart? Somebody they're starting like a women's 3-on-3 league. I don't know if y'all heard about that. Yeah. Something like that. Well, not like the big three, but something like the big three. You know what I'm saying? The Ice Cube did, but these are supposed to be like a alternate route besides going over there. Like they're trying to get money, like besides, so you don't have to go overseas and play. You play in this type of league. Yeah. So they're trying to get players that are playing now, not like retired players and things like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I just heard.
And you know what? I would go watch it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I would go watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So
because
final thoughts? Yeah, I want to see her play. She's the female Steph Curry. Like I want to see her play. Why wouldn't I want to see her play?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Any final thoughts though, Coach Bullet?
Just on that, I mean, they kept Caitlin Clark off the USA roster for the Summer Olympics, which I think she's good enough. Well, I shouldn't say she's good enough to make it. But if you look at the players that are on the roster, it's one of those. Well, who are you going to take off?
Gotcha.
And you have some aging veterans like a Diana Taurasi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever was like, oh, she's had her time. Like, but like Caitlin Clark's going to have her time too. So I don't think they really messed up bad.
Sure.
I think she's good enough. I think the real reason they did it was because they didn't want all of the attention to be on her.
Absolutely.
And more of the team. When you have some superstars that are on this team, I think it would have only made things worse with her going through that process. So I think it's actually, at the end of the day, I think it's a good move. They should still dominate, So
absolutely,
that's all I got on that.
All right. Listen, we winding down, but I want to go with two things real quick. First things first, you know what I mean? How them Phillies doing? They seem to still be rocking, right?
Yeah. I mean, they are playing the Mets, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they're doing what a good team is supposed to do to a bad team. I watched the game yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we got a game about to come on 10 o'clock this morning. ESPN, because they're over in London.
Oh, they're in London.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Before I continue, hold on.
Okay.
Let me put my.
Oh man.
Get my Phillies hat on. So we talking about my Phils. But they're playing well, man. The pitching is phenomenal right now. The bullpen is great. You know what I'm saying? Our offense can be a little more consistent, but when you got shut down pitching like that, I mean, they scored in the sweep when they just swept the Brewers, who's number one in their division. Okay. They only scored 7 runs, but the Brewers only scored 2. So you know what I'm saying? Because they're like, well, how you sweep somebody and you only score 7 runs? Well, because the other team only scored 2 runs in the whole series. So what we talking about here? And it's the number 1 team, so I'm tired of hearing people say they ain't playing nobody. The Brewers are number 1 in their division, and we swept them.
It's still early though. It's only June.
It's like 100 games left. So
it's only June, and that's what I'm saying. That's
trying to even kill.
I know, but and again, I applaud you for your efforts, Coach. You know I do, man. But you did throw me off with this shutdown pitching. Like I think it's a little too early to say shut down pitching. Like I mean, it's only June.
Well.
Like
they're pitching well. They're pitching
okay. I mean, they're doing all right. You know what I mean? But that to me is still their weakest link. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Go ahead, Bully. What's your thoughts about these Phillies, man? Y'all in first place. Everybody's saying my man hit me up like, yo, man, it's gonna be Yankees and Phillies.
I think so.
Yankees and Phillies. I'm like, okay.
I would like to see it.
So you guys want revenge? That's what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But I got that's my dad's squad. So I rep the NY every once in a while.
Okay, all right. Coach Bullock, you had a hat too, right? Didn't you have a hat one time?
Yeah, I had a red hat when I was in college, red Yankees hat when I was in college, just to match whatever I wore that was red.
That's all right.
No longer own that hat.
Oh, see.
It's and I agree, it's early, it's all that. But I think the difference in it is the Phillies have always gone the other way. Like they start slow and then picked it up.
True.
But I think that's why I was excited is because they're already in that form that we were waiting for in the last 2 seasons. They didn't get there till August. Now the question is, are they going to be able to sustain it, or is it going to die off? Right. And that's got to be your worry. As a Phillies fan right now. I mean, the pitching's been great. Like they have 4 of the top 10 ERAs in the league right now. In the starters. So I mean, there's nothing, everybody, as Philly fans, everybody, finds the small things to pick on, and we got to go get a left fielder, we got to go get a center fielder, we got to go do X, Y, Z. But then at some point, like when does your what's the word I'm looking for? Like your locker room, your what's the word? Your cohesiveness as a unit. Like how important is that? Like, so like if you watch this team play, you can tell they're a unit. Like you can tell they're together outside of baseball. You can tell like they enjoy being around each other. So do you go get someone that doesn't necessarily fit into that, which means you're also going to have to get rid of somebody who was already a part of that.
True.
Right.
So, you know, it's interesting, like, you know, those kind of decisions that have to be made, and you know, and that's kind of where they're at now is what, because you can't just say, okay, we're the best team in the league right now,
Right.
we're fine, because you're not. Like, you're
Right.
you know, just like anybody else, you're one injury away from it being like, look
Right.
at the Braves.
Right.
The Braves Strider start. They just lost Acuna, and they look like they're like they don't know how to play baseball anymore.
Right.
So it's, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how they and to the GM's credit, to the owner's credit, they've made good decisions. So it's going to be, you know, can they continue to make them, you know, this season?
I think, you know, I think the Phillies, like I said, you know, you're right about that. The Phillies now, they're not just warming up the engine. The engine is warm, and now they are doing their thing. The only thing is that you hope that, like with Ranger, right? So this is the best that Ranger's ever pitched. So, you know, I'm sure analytics, but Bryce analytics tells me that he'll be coming down the size. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Range is terrible or whatever, but he's what he's showing, we all will agree, he's playing above who he really is. I mean, is that fair? That's fair, right? He's playing above, right?
He's having out of body experience right now.
Right, exactly, right. So because right now he's like the ace of the staff, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, you know, he's going to come down to size, whatever. And I think when he comes down, that's when the hole is going to appear. It just takes time, though. So that's the thing that I guess we're kind of, you actually should be kind of happy, right? Because you know, I think baseball and the baseball season is like basketball. It's ebbs and flows, right? So right now you're in a hot ebb. You know what I'm saying? You're hot. You know what I'm saying? Positive ebb, right? But, you know, as time goes on, you know what I mean, that's going to tail off. And then now you get a good picture of what to do at the trading deadline or who to pick up or whatever. Because if I'm not mistaken, when the Phillies won that world chip, you know what I'm saying, and what was that, 08? 08, right? Yeah. Was Worth was on the team, right? Jason Worth?
I don't
think.
Was he?
I think he was. I think Worth. And he was a mid-season one. Wasn't he a mid-season one?
I don't think so.
Oh, you think they had him beforehand? Yeah. I don't know why I thought he was a mid-season one.
I think they did pick up somebody mid-season. I don't remember who it was, though.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't Worth, but it was somebody that was key that, you know what I'm saying, kind of shored them up and said, okay, because they had been showing signs over the previous years until 08, they made the hump. And then, you know, when they got, you know, I guess they re-signed. No, it was Cliff Lee. Wasn't it Cliff Lee? No, Cliff Lee was 09. That's when y'all lost to the Yankees. My bad.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring that up. But anyway, sometimes it's those deadline things.
Yeah,
it was Joe Blanton.
Joe Blanton. Okay.
Yeah, that came a big home run in one of them games, I think. Big Joe.
Yeah.
So, but to your point, Bryce, about I know it's coming. Like I'm not saying like I'm waiting for the what's the saying, waiting for the other shoe to fall or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I think this seems good, you know what I'm saying? But I know we're gonna hit a rough spot, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully that's why we just gotta keep winning. So when we do hit that little lull, we got enough wins to keep us afloat. You know what I'm saying? Like not gonna fall to the basement or nothing. You know what I mean? And like Coach said, I'm excited because, you know, usually we're waiting until August to start kind of like here we come to get excited. But now we just been rolling. So I'm gonna enjoy it. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the ride.
Right. Pause.
Because it's right, exactly.
Right. Pause. I had your back. Pause. Anyway,
and
finally, what you say, Coach?
Like you said, like we've, you know, the pitching has been carrying the ship right now.
Right.
Hopefully, so now, like, and I agree, Jason, what you're saying, like, Rangers gonna come back down the side. Like, I agree. I think Christian Sanchez pitching great. I think he's gonna start to, you know, maybe even get tired because he hasn't pitched this much. Right. The bullpen, you know, the bullpens are always shaky. Like you can't rely on them consistently like that. Right. But hopefully, when that stuff starts happening, we start hitting.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
That's true. Yeah,
we haven't been. So, like, hopefully, when one starts to go, the other starts to come back. So,
that's a good point.
And it's not because that's the exciting part is we're not playing as great as we could, and we're still winning games.
True.
So, you know, I think that if they can start, if one is always on point, you got a chance.
True, indeed. Trey Turner will be back too. He's running and doing some sprint and things like that. So Trey Turner will be back in the mix in a little bit.
All right. Well, we'll be staying tuned to the Phillies. All right, listen, we got to end, but I just want to update you on the, where we're at with the, I'm not sure if you caught our previous show, Coach Bird, but we're having a little contest. It's the battle of who is, and I hate the word, but it's the truth though. Who is the dumbest?
Yeah.
Should we even say dumbest? Like maybe the not so smart.
So smart.
The dullest tool in the shed.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So
they're characters, so it's okay. We're not calling that.
Oh, that's right. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's
Who's
true.
the dumbest? Right. Thank you, Coach Bull. Who's the dumbest? Who's the dumbest co-star? Okay. So we went from, it started with Jazz, and then we got to Cole, right?
Okay.
And then we said, well, who's going to beat who? So we both agreed that Cole going to beat Jazz. Okay.
I agree.
Then we went from Cole to Patrick. Now, Coach did say he didn't really watch SpongeBob, but I do kind of feel like Cole he's on the ropes here with Patrick Star. You know what I'm saying? Because Patrick dumb, yo.
Yeah, that's true.
Patrick dumb. So I do feel like he's on the ropes a little bit, but we still agree. We said, no, we're going forward with Cole. Then it was Cole and Peter Griffin.
Okay.
Both we said, I gave Cole a little, you know what I mean? But no. Still Cole. But now we went from Cole to Bullethead. And I think the consensus was, I think Cole got unseated. Okay. So we're at Bullethead. Okay. So let's just do 3. Okay. Let's just do 3. All right. Real quick, Coach, and we out. I know you got to go. Now, from Keenan and Cal. Cal. So Bullethead versus Cal. I'll go first. I'll take that.
Okay.
See, Bullethead dumb though. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like Cal stuff was kind of like, it was really too theatric for me, where it almost borderline dumb and then some buffoonery. Right. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But Bullethead was dumb.
Yes, he was.
I don't know. So I think I'm riding with Bullethead. Bullet, you up? Who you got?
I got Bullethead for sure. I went back and watched some of those episodes. It's gonna be hard to take.
All right, so Bullethead, Coach Bird, who you got?
Yeah, I definitely got Bullethead, man. Bullethead, like you said, since we're using the word, is dumb. Like Kel, he did some dumb things, but I think Bullethead got to beat. I ain't got to explain.
So. All right. Two more real quick. All right. So Bullethead goes forward. All right. So now Bullethead versus Sinclair from Living Single.
I'm gonna start this one. I still got Bullethead.
You still got Bullethead, Bird?
He did some. He was like more like just airheadish, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm like Bullethead slow.
He was just an air.
Yeah. So she's just airheaded this. Okay. All right. Okay. I think so. Coach Bird, you got Bullethead.
Yes.
Bullet, you got Bullethead. I'm gonna go with Bullethead too. This is the last one. We're gonna end this one on a bang. Pause again. But here we go. Bullethead versus Waldo. Waldo from Family Matters. Now I would let hold on. I would let Bullet go with this one because we was laughing about this like a week or 2 ago, and then I happened to see with episode with Urkel and Stefan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So I was able to witness Waldo. So Bullethead or Waldo?
I think I gotta go Waldo. and here's why. Everything about him was dumb. The way he talked, the way he looked, like he just looked dumb. Like if Bullethead just didn't open his mouth, you wouldn't know what to
wouldn't think nothing.
Right,
but
right.
When you look at Waldo, you're like, oh, this dude's dumb. Right. Like everything about dumb. Like, I gotta go Waldo. I gotta go
Waldo. Okay. Hey, Bird. Yo, who you got? Bullet Head?
Nah. Bullethead is out here on this one. Nah, man. Well, and Family Matters, that was my show back in the day too. So I've seen a whole bunch of episodes, you know what I'm saying? And Waldo, like Coach said, he even looks the part. Like everything about him is just like if he walked in the cage right now, I'm like, who brought this dumb dude in here?
Right.
This dumb guy. You know
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bullethead, but Waldo got you beat.
Right. So I'm going to say, well, listen, majority rules anyway, but I this is a sweep right here. Waldo. When I saw Waldo and just how he looked,
right?
You know he just looked. Just how he looked and laughed, and it was like, yo, you dumb, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I say that right now for this week in June, Waldo is the one. Waldo has won the week. Let's give him some applause. Let's go, Waldo. Let's go, Waldo. Anyway, yo, listen, man. It's been a great time, man. Yo, listen. Definitely apologize, ladies and gentlemen, to we had some issues with the feed or whatever. It's like that sometimes. But listen, we wanted to come back and still bring you that show or whatever. So anyway, listen, final thoughts real quick. Coach Bullock, final thoughts for the week.
No, looking forward to the finals tonight. Start back on high school practice tomorrow, so that's going to be fun getting back in, and seeing what we got going on for next season. So that's what I got going. 2 more day and a half left of school. Got to get through it. Man.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. How about you, Coach Bird?
Hey, man, first of all, I just appreciate y'all for letting me hop on here, man. It's always a good time when I come on the show, and I love it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little jealous of Coach because we're not out to the 18th, so we still got a little ways to go. But it's all half a days from here on out, so
that's good.
Ain't it too much? You know what I'm saying? Also, a lot of folks know, but not all folks know that I coach all 3. We got actually, Coach was talking about basketball practice. We actually got a 3-day mini camp football wise this week.
Wow. Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday we'll be out on the field throwing pigskin around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I got to switch my hat. Sometimes I get confused. I'm out there on the football field calling baseball plays, basketball plays. Like they like coach football. Like damn.
Good stuff. It's
not like back in the day when you had separate seasons. Everything just runs together now. I just
it does
all year round. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Oh, and shouts out to you, bro. You did a great job at the Daylight Brunch.
Appreciate you.
Tracy for that whole weekend was great.
Absolutely.
But you was a panelist there, and you answered the questions great. All 3 of the guys that was up there, and the young lady, the doctor, y'all all did great. And I just wanted to give you kudos to that. Good job.
Appreciate you. I think my final thought is, listen, man, I'm looking to have everybody back in studio. I think it's going to happen this week, man. Just trying to get the wiring down and whatever like that. But you can tell we got different backgrounds and just trying to figure out how it can be creative for all of us. So, and then on top of that, we also do have, so please, if you get a chance to come out, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first annual Voorhees Juneteenth celebration at John Connolly Park this Saturday, actually the 15th from 1 to 4. And guess who'll be doing all of the live sound and production?
You?
Me. Now the Four Walls team. So, shout out to the Four Walls production team. Definitely y'all come on out if y'all can, you know what I'm saying, if you're able to or whatever. And just come, come celebrate, celebrate a important day in history. To be honest with you, it's going to be food trucks. It's going to be speeches. I think I'm hitting them with a poem too.
Okay.
So I'm writing in my head.
Okay.
But I got some stuff in the stash that I could still relate to or whatever. So please make sure y'all guys come out again. This is the new Let's Get It Sports Talk. We're always broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube. We're also going to be on Twitter. And we're going to be soon coming to Instagram. Once I figure out that stream key, we're coming to Instagram too. So thank you for always watching us. Thank you for supporting us. We've gone through some transition, but we're still here. And that's what matters. That we continue to press on and we still show that resiliency. Anyway, I'm Bryce. That's Coach Bullock. Coach Bird. We're going to see y'all next week, man.
Yes,
see y'all later.
Peace.
Sir.
Oh, shit.